Let's talk about something people pretend they're cool with, but most of us are carrying around more confusion, shame, and anxiety about than we'd ever admit: oral sex. Yeah, I said it. You heard me. Don't flinch. Don't squirm. Don't get embarrassed. You're not 12 years old. You're a grown adult, living in a world full of swipe rights, self-help books, and podcasts about trauma. But still, this one topic makes people freeze like it's some ancient curse. And that's exactly why we need to talk about it. Because the moment you normalize a thing is the moment you take your power back. This isn't about being explicit. This is about being honest. We're having an adult conversation about a part of life that's as real and human and emotionally loaded as anything else in your life. Oral sex is something people talk about like they're all experts. But behind closed doors, most people are faking it. Faking confidence, faking enthusiasm, faking enjoyment, or even just avoiding it altogether because of fear, insecurity, past experiences, or that voice in your head that whispers, "Am I doing this right? Do I look weird? Do I taste okay? What if they're bored? What if I'm not enough?" Here's the truth that nobody says out loud. Everyone has that voice. Every single person. That doubt, that nervousness, that, "Oh God, what do I even do with my hands?" moment. That's part of it. You are not broken or behind or weird for feeling unsure. You are normal, and the only reason it feels like something's wrong with you is because we've been sold this lie that good sex, especially oral sex, is all about performance. About tricks. About confidence you either have or don't. That's garbage. The truth is, oral sex, good oral sex, is not about technique. It's about presence. About connection. About feeling safe enough to be yourself in a moment that requires full-body vulnerability. And no, I'm not being dramatic. Because think about it. You're naked. You're exposed. You're letting someone close enough to see all the stuff you normally hide under Spanx or denim or sarcasm. You're showing up as your actual, unfiltered body, asking someone to not just accept it, but engage with it in the most intimate way possible. That takes courage. That takes trust. That takes emotional safety. And if those things aren't there, no amount of tips from a magazine article or moves that drive them wild list is going to matter. So let's drop the idea that this is about being good at it, and talk instead about being real in it. Confidence doesn't mean you always know what you're doing. It means you're willing to stay in the moment even when you don't. It means asking questions instead of assuming. It means showing up with curiosity instead of performance pressure. It means saying, "Tell me what you like." Or even, "I'm a little nervous." That is confidence. Because it's honest. And when two people are honest and willing to learn, you've already got everything you need for something amazing. But let's get something straight. You don't owe oral sex to anyone. And you're not bad at sex if you're not into it. You are allowed to have preferences. You're allowed to have boundaries. You're allowed to say no. There is no right amount to give or receive. No gold star ratio of who's doing what and when. And if you're in any kind of situation, whether it's a long-term relationship, a new fling, or even just in your own head, where you feel guilted, pressured, or like you should just do it to keep the peace, that's not intimacy, that's obligation, and it will chip away at your self-respect like termites under floorboards. Because real intimacy doesn't ask you to shrink. It asks you to show up as you are. And while we're at it, can we stop pretending that pleasure is one-sided? That oral sex is something people do for someone else. That it's this kind of reluctant favor we hand out like leftovers in a Tupperware. That idea is so dated and toxic, and it keeps so many people from actually enjoying what should be a deeply connective, fun, joyful experience. Pleasure is for everyone, regardless of gender, regardless of body type, regardless of how long it takes, how loud it is, or how messy it gets. You deserve to enjoy your body. You deserve to receive pleasure without guilt, without shame, without rushing. You deserve to feel celebrated, not just tolerated. Now, let's talk about your mouth. Yes, your mouth. That thing you use to answer emails, eat sandwiches, and say, "I'm fine," when you're clearly not. That same mouth holds power. It holds trust. It holds the ability to build or destroy intimacy in seconds. So when you use it in sex, any kind of sex, you're not just using a body part. You're using energy, emotion, intention. And when that intention is respect and curiosity and affection, it changes the entire experience. Oral sex becomes less about doing something dirty, and more about sharing something real. And here's something no one ever taught us growing up. Shame is the real problem. Not sex. Not your body. Not desire. Shame. Shame is what keeps us silent. It's what turns pleasure into anxiety. It's what tells you you're wrong, or dirty, or too much. And it's a lie. One that was passed down to you. Maybe from your family, maybe your religion, maybe your culture, maybe a terrible ex who mocked you at your most vulnerable. But it ends here. You do not have to carry that shame forward. You are allowed to heal your relationship with pleasure. You are allowed to explore without apologizing. You are allowed to ask for what you want. You are allowed to say no to what doesn't feel right. You are allowed to be awkward. To laugh. To get it wrong. To figure it out. Because the truth is, oral sex isn't just about mouths and genitals. It's about presence. It's about permission. It's about power, the healthy kind. It's about choosing to be fully alive and fully seen. And if you're willing to go there, if you're willing to drop the performance and the pressure and the shame, what you'll find isn't just better sex. It's deeper connection. To yourself. To your partner. To the part of you that stopped hiding and started living. That's what this conversation is really about. So no, this wasn't a list of tricks or a step-by-step guide. Because you don't need more tips, you need truth. You need permission to take up space. And you already have that. You just forgot. So let this be the reminder. You are worthy of pleasure. You are allowed to explore it. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be present. And that is sexy as hell.